say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
To celebrate our nation, that was Skylar Cole with tonight's national anthem performance. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan and our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who we'll be hearing from shortly. DA, take it away.
Thanks very much. Now, guys, at the end of this season, there is a potential opt-out of the collective bargaining agreement. And after seeing star players hold out, some wonder if that will be exercised. Commissioner Silver says we have a common interest to ensure that contracts are honored. Those are issues we can approach collectively. Kevin?
As is always the best case. David, thank you. Well, we expect to see sparks flying down in the paint tonight. Greg, a couple of very talented centers matching up head-to-head in this one.
But with the way the game is played today, we could see them battling at the arc. Modern bigs make their presence felt now all over the floor.
Here are the five for the Raptors. Sharing the wing spots for them, it'll be Trent Jr. and Anunoby. Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. And it's Van Vliet in at the one spot. And for the Nuggets, Gordon steps in at the 4 with Jokic in at center. Out on the perimeter, it's Caldwell Pope and Porter Jr. And it's Murray in at the 1. Now, here's Trent. Back to Van Vliet. And he uses the glass on the layup.
What a fearless competitor Van Vliet is. Figures out ways to score inside while being covered.
And Fred Van Vliet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin, Van Vliet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load. Increased his volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player able to do that.
And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for Toronto. Porter against Siakam. Jokic grabs the miss. Through the dish to Murray. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And there it is for him.
And that's how you execute offensively. Murray with a great job of getting it to his teammate.
Siakam against Jokic. And that one drops.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Now here's Murray. Coming off a solid outing against Indiana. To the middle. Jokic, no good.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
I think it's pretty clear, Greg, what the goal is for this Denver organization long term.
It's simple, Kevin. Make it to the final. The Nuggets have never been there. They've been close reaching a conference finals on more than one occasion.
Now here's Murray. Following the miss by Pascal Siakam. And his first shot of the game, no good.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
And here's Trent outside. Denver grabs the miss. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Passes it to Jokic. That one goes. Count it. Jokic just got his second bucket of the game to go.
They're getting him shots in his spots. That's understanding your personnel.
The pass to Van Vliet over Murray. And there's Van Vliet on the assist by Trent.
What agility from Fred Van Vliet in the paint, zipping around the defense.
Murray outside. 3 seconds left. No good on the layup. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Raptors out in front. They lead by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
Nuggets trail. They've got Jordan, Aaron Gordon out there with Brown, and it's Smith, and it's Highland in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Now here's Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Jordan sets the pick for Brown. Shoots over Anunoby. Misses off the right iron.
Right spot, wrong time. When the defense collapses on you, kick it out.
And a deep roster for the Raptors. But Smitty, do they have the star power, the star talent to win big?
Well, they have Scotty Barnes. He was last season's Rookie of the Year. His growth will be key. But with Fred Van Vliet and Pascal Siakam, all-star caliber players, Toronto's not shy on talent, Kevin.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much, we can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, D.A. Thank you so much. Here's Brown, following the score by Aaron Gordon. 1:33 left to play in the first half. Ball stolen. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And really the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
First free throw is good.
And such a young, exciting core for the Nuggets. The MVP, Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., and Jamal Murray. This group has a chance to be a contender for years to come.
And both free throws good from Flynn. With Jokic, I mean, the potential, Greg, of this Denver team, they've got so much of it. But what is the key for them to actually reach it?
Kevin, simply health. I mean, they need Murray and MPJ to be out there. Those two have had major injury issues. Jokic is a generational talent, but the man needs help.
Now here's Flynn, following the miss by Jokic. Flynn the pass to Van Vliet. No good on the triple. The Nuggets trail by 4. Smith scanning the floor. 40 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Flynn grabs the miss. Pass to Van Vliet. Screen by Young. And that's good. Fred Van Vliet for three. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 7 now for the Raptors. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Smith against Flynn. To the inside. Here's Jokic. From down in the low post, it goes. Jokic has got 6.
And this is where Jokic is most comfortable. The closer he is to the rim, the more effective he becomes.
13.
Thanks a lot, guys. With Mike Malone, as the second half approaches, Coach, what are you looking for?
Execution, pace and purpose with everything that we do, and making sure that when we call a set, we know what we're trying to accomplish and get the ball to where our players can be effective.
We'll see if they can fix that in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Hey there, everybody. Shaq says hi. Kenny says hi, too. Yes, we are in the midst of the NBA season and a perfect time to see how things are coming together in the West.
You know, right now for Denver, they've absolutely risen to the occasion this season. People are talking up their game early, and so far, they've delivered. Now it's time to finish strong, show no weakness.
Moving on. In that first half of basketball, things are looking pretty good for the Toronto Raptors.
You look at their stats. They're shooting it well. Love the ball movement. They're getting guys open and taking the right shots.
Some smart basketball from them in the first half. A joy to watch here in the studio. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Fred Van Vliet really making a difference here.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Anunoby in at the forward with Barnes next to him. Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. And it's Siakam in at the 5. Now here's Murray. No points in the game yet for him. And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Murray. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. We know you need talent to win, Steve, so how critical is basketball IQ to winning at the highest level? How important is it in that equation?
Kevin, it's everything. A playoff series can turn on a single play. And the guys, you can tell the difference who has a high basketball IQ and an average IQ. It does make a difference.
Now here's Murray. Following the miss by Gary Trent Jr. And the basket by Gordon.
And Gordon understands the importance of stretching the floor, and he remains a capable three-point shooter.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Michael Porter Jr. was a top prospect in his high school class, but his back injury has presented a constant challenge. He says, "It changed my perspective. I'm just going to get up every day and try to be better than I was the day before. If I'm giving my best every day, then I'm good. Back to you guys.
Well, you hope he stays healthy. That has been a concern. Thanks, David.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
And on the offensive end, Siakam so efficient. He makes a constant effort to find the open man.
Pass to Porter for the lead. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists in the game.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Drills the three-pointer.
What I like about OG Anunoby for a young player, he's not pushing to do more than they want him to do.
For 3, Murray. Another 3 for Denver.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Now, here's Trent. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Passes it to Murray. Trying to find Jokic. Gets it to him. Fades away. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes.
No one on him. He committed to fading away. Probably could have taken more time with that shot.
Barnes screen on Porter. And a wide open look for Siakam. Can't connect from long distance. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Nuggets lead by 1. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Porter is out there with Bruce Brown. And it's Smith. It's Najee in at the 5 spot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. And that one's good. Barnes.
A tremendous finisher in close. Scotty Barnes is physical, and he's explosive.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And a close game like this, you've got to dig deep and just find a way to make things happen.
Porter, no luck.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Van Vliet outside. Just 5 on the clock. The pass to Barnes. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. And now a 4-point Raptor lead.
Doesn't take many. Scotty Barnes, money on that 3.
Here's Porter. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Right to the rim. Aggressive approach when it matters most.
Coming down the stretch, you know this. You want to go to something that's bankable. That's as good as it gets.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Raptors.
I think they've looked to dump it down low as often as possible. And so far, they've been super successful using this attack.
And another area they've separated themselves has been their three-point shooting, making the defense pay for any airspace. And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
Van Vliet looking around. Lets it go from 11.
The big fella, Boucher, getting a little fancy with it.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the fourth quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
OG Anunoby's checked in for Toronto.
At the line for your Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr. At the line for
And Porter, no good on that one.
And Porter doesn't make a ton of trips to the line, but he's a steady shooter. Time here to capitalize.
And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for Toronto. They lead by one. Barnes against Jordan. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Scotty Barnes is a natural leader, someone that wants to take important shots for his team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 seconds.
Drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
The confidence of Scotty Barnes' game is pretty inspiring. Even against savvy veteran opponents, he believes in his own abilities, and he gets it done.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line. It's a 3-point game.
And nice work at the line. I mean, when the game's this close, you have got to cash in on those opportunities.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're down by 3. 1:14 left to play here in the fourth. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Toronto calls timeout. They're up by 1. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Murray against Van Vliet. A three-pointer off the mark. Nuggets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Out left to the wing. Deep 2 for Murray. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic.
And what a time to get sloppy. A close game like this, you cannot be getting loose with the ball.
Porter's checked in for Bruce Brown. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Van Vliet. To the paint. Clock at 4. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Laces one from 3.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They trail by 4. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
And on the defensive end, they'll have to foul whomever gets the ball. No time left to be picky.
And another miss by Denver. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Second team foul. Shooting for Toronto, Pascal Siakam. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
From a role player to an elite talent, Pascal Siakam continues to impress with his all-around game.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
From deep three-point range, no good. And so it's the Raptors winning this one. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. As we leave you with our New Balance Player of the Game, Fred VanVleet.